future is developing for our generation and the generations to come.
The heedless and harrowing future is developing for our generation and generations to come.
But as I walk the charted streets of this familiar oblivion, I recognize nothing but unyielding unconsciousness, in which we have almost comfortably drowned. It is madness. This normality is madness.
It is madness.
We are clinging to manufactured, crippling constraints. We must no longer commute between brand-laden homes and quickly accepted aimless roams from our factories of slavery to wars of elusive bravery. We must unite.
We must unite. We must unite.
Wir müssen uns vereinigen.
We must unite.
We müssen uns vereinigen.
We must unite.
We must unite.
We must unite. We must unite. 咱们要团结。
We must unite.
We must unite. Debemos unirnos.
We must unite.
And we must let the floodgates open.
Here tonight, a clock 1,000 heads. Here to unite through common dreads.
Change does not always occur for the better, but it is a process that occurs regardless of the dominant values of the times. Even social systems undergo change. Therefore, the only constant is change. Today, with the advent of computers, World Wide Web, cybernation, and artificial intelligence, the rate of change has been greatly accelerated throughout the world. And in the next 10 years, we will witness more changes than all of the past events in recorded history.
There are no Negro problems, or Polish problems, or Jewish problems, or Greek problems, or women's problems. They're human problems. To come into socio-cyberneering and take your part and function. We are not concerned with the divisions of segments of society.
The way it happens is the system has to fall. People have to lose confidence in their elected leaders. At that time, when they try to solve problems and it doesn't work, then the public be looking for new ideas. They don't give a damn right now.
The transition itself from our current system into a resource-based economy is a very complex thing to consider. And unfortunately, the variables are beyond our current foresight. The central issue, however, is awareness. If the public's consciousness can be expanded to understand and accept the incredible potential the future can hold, where poverty, war, 95% of all crime, along with the mundane, repetitive, meaningless jobs, can be eliminated, then I feel that they will be much more likely to adjust their values accordingly. We're going to see more unemployment and more instability. And sadly, instability is often the prerequisite for social change. The problems constitute what we call biosocial pressures. The more destabilized things become, the more motivation there will be to seek an alternative.
So now is the time to introduce something else that benefits everyone. It doesn't hurt anybody. We feel that the wealthiest people of today would live better in a resource-based economy, but they just don't know it. So our aim, and we feel that everybody's aim, should be to introduce this direction, learn as much as you can about it, if you identify with it, then talk to others, write songs about it, do books about it, do magazine articles, get it into the mainstream newspaper as much as possible and TV stations. We'd like to do a first city when we can. We'd like to join all the nations of the world to share the Earth's resources. The Earth's resources become the common heritage of all the Earth's people. Nothing less will produce peace and harmony like people want today.
And this is where the Zeitgeist movement comes in. We are here to spread statistical information and socially positive value identifications in the hope of bringing people into an awareness of the incredibly positive possibilities the future can hold. Once these understandings are fully realized, most people will never be able to look at the world today in the same way. And the problems we find as commonplace today will become simply unacceptable, motivating change. I would like to quickly point out that the term Zeitgeist is defined as the general intellectual, moral, and cultural climate of an era. The term movement very simply implies motion or change. Therefore, the Zeitgeist movement is thus an organization which urges change in the dominant intellectual, moral, and cultural climate of the time, specifically to values and practices which would better serve the well-being of the whole of humanity, regardless of race, religion, creed, or any other form of contrived social status. Our central role, gesturally speaking, is engaging in what I would call social therapy. The little discussed reality is that human beings are subject to social conditioning in a powerful way. And if we had the type of society we just described tomorrow, most people would be left confused and disillusioned. It would be like taking a native from the Amazon jungle and dropping them into New York City without any education whatsoever. Their behavior would be based on values which have no relevance in this new environment. In fact, ethics, morality, and values are only as relevant as the social environment's propensity to support them or not. The Zeitgeist movement has various projects in the works. We are working to educate people and hopefully bring them into a new perspective. We have teams and chapters, radio shows, films, PDFs, and annual events to promote this direction. We also do not take any general donations and provide all of our educational materials for free to the public. We are decentralized and work holographically through regional chapter teams and project teams. We have no offices, we have no leaders. In fact, I would say that we are the initiators of what we call the transition. I believe Mohandas Gandhi had it correct. We must become the change we want to see in the world.
I just wish we had a chance to help build it, instead of just moving into this home of disrepair and expected to work, prosper and then share, constantly relying on consuming to feel content, but only because we lost touch with this home that we spent trillions of dollars paying for our wants and not our needs, and now we're growing in bliss.